Morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Love My 419 from the Harold Jaffe Jewelers Studios. I'm Andrew Z. Sandy Eisenberg, Steve Remy, as always, and we have a very big show planned for you today. We're going to talk about 911 emergencies may contain panic emojis now. You're going,
wow.
Yeah, it can happen now. Just like that. Just like that.
That's
emoji.
Enough.
Michigan says, "Smoke them if you got them."
Mm-hmm.
Sandy, you can. Sandy's gonna be moving to Michigan.
There you go.
I was born in Michigan.
See? Jeff has his session ended, and BGSU is breaking a serious trend. We got a lot to discuss this morning on the show. It's Love My 419. We'll discuss it all coming up next. Stay on.
Good stuff.
Love My 419 is brought to you by Harold Jaffe Jewelers. Without them, there is no Love My 419, and without Love My 419, how would you know about all the wonderful people, places, businesses and things that make up the 419? So stop in to Harold Jaffe Jewelers anytime, Monday through Saturday, and let them know how much you appreciate them for bringing you the quality television like Love My 419. They're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you for watching Love My 419.
More Love My 419 coming up in a second. First, Jeff Jaffe's here with Harold Jaffe Jewelers.
I don't know. I like the other producer better.
Jeez, I know. One is grumpy. He needs some jewelry. Give Patrick a diamond or something. That thing out of control.
Give him a brooch. He's doing good. He's keeping us on task.
Now we're getting ready for Black Friday. I'm sure that's like just craziness for you guys. Am I right?
Well, in retail it is crazy, but for us, interesting enough, the malls and the big box stores usually get the big traffic, but we get some overflow, and we're really fortunate. We get a lot of families that are in town for the holiday, and we'll catch up with people that we haven't seen in a while. And it's okay busy, but it's not like being in one of those crazy places where they've got doorbusters all day. And
I like to call it, you get the good traffic.
We get the pleasant.
I think before it came on, you said free diamonds for anyone that walks in the door.
Well, that would have been it had things that changed, but.
He tried it. He tried it.
But you're busy season, and people really need to realize. I mean, jewelry always fits, doesn't it, Sandy?
Always.
Is it always the right color?
Always.
We have so many new things.
Friend, and so are rubies and tourmalines and sapphires.
You know what a tourmaline
emeralds.
Oh, tourmaline's a wonderful stone. It's actually comes
lots
in lots of different
colors.
Yeah.
That's what I love too about your guys is they're so knowledgeable. And you walk in, of course, you're there probably, or Lori's there, or your brother's there. So I mean, it's just a lot of family, but everyone's
and
so
good
knowledgeable.
Staff.
Well, one of the things that we really expect out of our people is that they learn. We don't just want them to be a clerk, and so
that's right.
Amen.
Yeah, so
that's
something
pleasant.
that we all have. Really quite a good background in gemological education and sales training, all the things that you want, and hopefully we know how to take care of a client.
Jaffe Jewelers, formerly the gray flannel people. Go check them out this holiday
The man
season.
in the gray flannel suit.
That's
Love My 419 coming up.
Stay right there. We'll be back with part two.
Right. In the same clothes and underwear.
Here he is.
Who's that? Who's that?
Who is he? He's cute. Who is that?
There he is. That's how it's our guest.
Who is he?
He's here. I don't know. Andrew knows the company. They make the beds.
They make beds for
Welcome, sir. Come on in.
How you doing?
Hi.
Hi there.
Howdy.
Love My 419, brought to you in part by Amy's Cleaning Service, the Wonder Woman of cleaning. Feature your business now on Love My 419. Now back to Love My 419 on NBC 24.
Welcome back to Love My 419 from the Harold Jaffe Jewelers Studios. I'm Andrew Z, Sandy Eisenberg, Steve Remy, and our special guest is Mike Horvath. How you doing, Mike?
Good.
Mike is here with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, which is a national charity, and you guys have started the local local chapter of it. And what it is they make beds, hand-make beds for underprivileged kids. Because as you know, if you go into a lot of times, you can't afford the bed. And it's just a mattress laying on the floor. That happens very often for those, because bed can be a luxury as long as you have the mattress, or sometimes they don't even have the mattress. So how did this charity get started? Nationally, and then how did you guys get involved?
So nationally, Luke Mickelson out in Twin Falls, Idaho, recognized that there was a needy family in their church, and at Christmas time they basically decided that they were going to, he and his kids were going to go out in the garage and they were going to build a bed and give it to this family. Well, they overbought lumber and decided, well, let's put a Facebook post up and see if anybody else in the community might have the same need. Well, what ended up happening was, they got some requests for beds, but they got way more responses of people that wanted to jump in and help out.
Cool.
So they knew that they were onto something there, that people didn't recognize that there was a need, but they were interested in helping out in that need. So fast forward to this year. And
when did it start? How
2012.
2012, okay, so fast forward to now.
Yep, so fast forward to this year, and Mike Rowe, who used to have the show Dirty Jobs, did an expose on his Facebook show, Returning the Favor. And basically that went viral on Facebook, and all around the country people are like, how do I do that in my community? How do I help the kids in my community?
That's cool.
And we did the same thing, obviously.
Yeah.
So we went out to Idaho and got trained. It's kind of like a franchise type thing, right? You go out, you learn the recipe, how to contact people, how to get the requests and stuff. We brought it back here in July, and since July we've had our third build now with Dana last week.
How many beds have you built so far?
So we built about 70 beds so far, and with the exception of the builds that we built at Dana just a week ago, those are the only ones that we have left to build. So we've built about 70, delivered about 55, 60.
And then do you have people asking for beds? Like, do you know how many are needed, or how much a need is in the community, or do you build them and then say, hey, if you guys need a bed, come find us, or how does that work?
So Facebook has been a really big tool. There's a Mothers Helping Mothers Facebook group, and every time we make a delivery to somebody that's a part of that group, our requests go way up. So networking to find families in need has really been a lot of Facebook. We've also obviously contacted the Lucas County Children's Services, Wood County Children's Services, and East Toledo Family Center.
Wow.
So we're reaching out to all those resources as well, but it's a lot of word of mouth type communication.
That's
That
terrific.
is so how, if somebody locally wants to help out, how can they do that?
So if somebody locally wants to help out, the easiest way is to go to our main web page. So it's shpbeds.org, and on that web page there's three main links. One is I want to donate, one is I want to volunteer, and one is I want to request a bed. So it's pretty straightforward. You go into the right area, put in the right information, and they'll get you hooked up with myself or somebody else from our team.
Now, obviously, you said you've delivered so many of the beds so far. Is there a reaction that has stood out from a child or a parent that really just like, that's why I do this?
Honestly, there are so many kids that you can tell that they're beyond joy about getting their beds. I think that our very first delivery, the little girl, she was just 4 years old, and she just ran around saying, "This is my bed. This is my bed." And she just kept running around the room.
Oh, that's so cool.
What a great thing with the holidays coming up too.
Yeah.
Kids to get back.
I think it's so nice that folks go out and do these nice things, and people don't realize that, people don't have beds.
No, I know until a friend of mine who's involved in your program, until I started watching, I didn't know that this was even a need. And then I start talking to people, they're like, yeah, a lot of kids sleep on a mattress on the floor, or they don't even have a mattress a lot of times.
They sleep on a blanket and maybe a made-to-build pillow.
Well, Mike Horvath, you're doing amazing work, man.
Yeah,
We
that's
appreciate
so
it. Thank
wonderful,
you.
and we're very appreciative that you came here.
So one more thing I'd like to plug.
Yeah.
We are on December 1st doing a build at Scott High School.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be in their machine shop. They've offered up their facilities for us. It's going to be open to the public if you'd like to come out and help.
Awesome.
It's going to be from 9 to noon on that Saturday the 1st.
Very cool. And then, is there more information on shpbeds.org or?
There's actually, if you go to our Facebook page, it's at SHP Maumee Valley. You can see what builds are upcoming, and you can get plugged in with us there.
Sleep in Heavenly Peace. What a
That's
great organization.
so cool.
Mike Horvath, thanks, man. Have a great holiday.
Oh,
Thank
thanks.
you. Appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks.
you so
More
much
Love
for
by
being
419.
here.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on. Some more Love by 419 coming up next.
Nationwide Auto Finance wants to thank you. We are moving tons of vehicles and always restocking our inventory. Come see our cars, trucks, and SUVs, models as new as 2016 and miles as low as 20,000. Bring us your trade-in. Drag it, push it, pull it. We don't care how you get it here. We need your old vehicle, and you need a new one. For 20 years, we've been your buy here, pay here dealer, and we still are. Lenders are waiting to approve you. Bring us your trade-in. Bring us your valid license, latest pay stub, and down payment, and we will get you in a vehicle at Nationwide Auto Finance.
Feeling like Albert in the ring, Prince Bel, he a king. Like Sonny with them things, Southpaws don't stand a chance in the ring. My flow unorthodox, jiu-jitsu, hell no, I don't box, I just own the network. Graduated straight from broke, summa cum laude, they just wanna know my network. I'm just trying to network, you just trying to bitch about the money you ain't never earned. Chances you ain't never taken, these were the thoughts when I was living in my mama's face.
Welcome back to Love My 419 from the Harold Jaffe Jeweler Studios. Andrew Z, Sandy Eisenberg, and Steve Remy. And brought to you this morning in part by
Rachel Michaels Popcorn. And now
I could use some, too.
Yeah, we're getting
I
into
know.
the midst of the holiday season. And Rachel wants to remind you, it's the perfect corporate gift, but you need to put your orders in now. So.
Right.
Yes, Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. Check it out. All right, it's time for Hot Stuff in the 419.
Mm-hmm.
And this story was interesting, Steve. The Lucas County rolled out 911 texting this week.
Which I think is actually pretty cool.
Sandy doesn't like it, of course.
Well,
Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's because I'm technologically challenged. So
yeah, we got flip phone Frida over here.
yes.
Frida. No, but it's great because and at first I didn't see the benefit.
Right.
I mean,
but then
I see the benefit, but I have a flip phone and it's
not going to benefit you.
no.
But the benefit is, I mean, if there's an intruder in your house,
Right.
and you're in a closet, you don't have to have a conversation with the 911 operator.
Right.
You
You
can
can
text
just
them,
text them.
hey, help, someone's here, I'm in the house, here's the address.
And how many times do we see in the news, where that actually happens, and it's
Right.
you can't talk on the phone. You're like,
They'll hear you.
yeah, they'll hear you.
Right.
So I think that's really, really cool.
Well, and,
Well, that was smart.
yeah, no, I
Something-
think so.
something new. Out
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
Commissioner's office.
Sandy. Okay, so this one interests me as well. We didn't talk much about it after the election, but Michigan has passed recreational marijuana.
Yes.
And I'm wondering how far behind Ohio is. Because
That's a good question.
how far behind are we from recreational marijuana? What are your thoughts on recreational marijuana, Sandy?
I think it's great for everybody else. I'm not a fan.
Are you okay with it, though?
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't care. Sure.
I mean, you have the oldsters, and they always complain. Well, now the crime's going to be through the roof. You're going to have, people, being wasted. I mean, we have drunken driving. Are we going to have puffin driving? I mean,
Off the magic drag.
But
Yes.
you know what? And I don't know, in your generation, my generation,
Right.
Steve, there are so many people that they're smoking weed. So
That
I mean,
have
it's
been doing it.
Yeah, law-abiding people to where, I mean, if they were criminally charged, you're like, it would destroy these like good family people with kids, and they go outside
Right.
and they smoke. I mean,
Right.
it's just the generation that we live in now.
Right. I mean,
that-
I would prefer that my grandchildren would refrain, but I'm sure
Sure.
they don't.
well, and then you got to look at the health side of it. I mean, studies show that alcohol does way more damage to the body than marijuana does.
Well,
Yeah, but you get the old timers and they still say, oh, it leads to other drugs. I mean, I don't know if they've done studies. Does it lead to harder drugs?
the gateway, they call it,
Yeah,
the
the
gateway.
gateway.
Is it a gateway drug or
I don't
whatever?
know.
Yeah, I don't follow that because I don't smoke it. I never have.
I smoked it once.
Did you?
Yes. 40, 50 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I will tell you that it did absolutely nothing to me or for me. And I thought, what is the big deal?
Well, they say the stuff that they're smoking now, though, is
Yeah,
like,
well,
is
it's
like
bad
dangerous,
stuff.
like dangerous.
Well, I mean, but it's the hard drugs. Or this accident was caused. Oh yeah, he was hiring a kite and killed 2 people.
Yeah,
And you never see that from weed. People
No.
are getting you don't really get in trouble.
Well, I want to see
we talked
somebody
about-
that's trying to impart knowledge to my kids or grandkids or whomever that's higher than a kite, because then they don't make any sense.
I'm sure there's a lot of teachers out there that are
Or that
Trust
probably
me,
need
there
to.
are.
yeah,
right.
deal with those kids nowadays.
need
You
to,
probably
right.
do need to.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the other things is I think the legalization needs to come because there's so many good people that want to work because the unemployment
That's
now
true.
is so low. I mean, they want to work, but
Right.
you can't pass a drug test.
That's good
we
point.
can't-
That's a good
Right.
point.
And it stays in your system for 2 to 3 weeks.
Right, exactly.
Right.
All right, all right. We'll
right,
take a break.
moving
That is hot stuff in the 419. We will take
Literally hot.
a break. High stuff in the 419. More of the show coming up next. Hang on.
Love My 419. Brought to you in part by Powell's Beauty Supply, servicing Toledo for over 30 years. Also brought to you by The Butler, Master Barber, changing lives one haircut at a time. Find him inside the Operations Barber Shop, 1824 North Reynolds Road. Coming up, more Love My 419.
Green Bay and the Packers went to the Super Bowl against the Denver Broncos. And so the station gave me tickets, me and my buddy, who was the afternoon guy. We got tickets, and we went to the game and enjoyed all the festivities. Someone offered us $4,000 for the tickets.
Should have taken them.
We didn't take it,
Oh.
and Packers got trounced. We're like, why didn't we take that money?
Why the hell didn't you like what?
I don't
Hey,
know.
man.
I do not
That
know.
was the first indicator that you was headed to bad things. And I know I'm like, what?
Oh, so
I'm too strong. Too strong. Please forgive me for the way that I treated all of my haters after I got on so long. To the nice guy in the bleachers, we put ourselves in the game. Self-knowledge is the teacher, I'm the key within the light bulb. Tachi on the weekends.
welcome back to Love My 419 from the Harold Jaffe Jeweler Studios. Andrew Z, Sandy Eisenberg, Steve Remy. The segment brought to you by our friends at Nationwide Auto Finance. Now,
Al.
I can't guarantee, but I thought I heard him saying the other day when we were hanging out at dinner, he had a couple of adult beverages. I think he said, buy a car, get one free.
Yes.
I don't think
I can't guarantee.
That's what I've
You have to
heard.
go check.
I don't know
You
if
gotta
that's
go
true.
No, I don't know if that's true either. He was drinking, so go check on that though, because
Right.
if that's true, that could be a big deal.
Oh, and the other part of that big deal is when you buy a car from Al, after
Get a
taking a couple
turkey.
sips,
You got a turkey.
you get a turkey too.
What?
Yes.
Wait, a free car and a turkey?
And
Allegedly.
a 60-day warranty.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So there you go.
I don't know. So you better check with that guy because I don't know. We're
Yo,
hanging out.
Al, you better be watching.
And he does have some nice cars, though.
Yes,
we'll
he
give
does.
it to
He
him.
does.
Yes, he
All right, let's
does.
talk about these are some fun stories that you need to know about here in the Fort. Now, these are just stories, not always fun.
Right.
The 419 stories you need to know.
Right.
You need to know here in the 419. Leaf collection is going on right now. There's leaves all over my street. What's
All
going
over
on?
my street.
When are they picking that stuff up? It's already November.
Right.
I don't know. But first of all, if you got oak trees, they don't fall down until the middle of November or the end of November. So to pick it up in early November, late October is kind of...
Some of the neighbors, they've already picked them up, though. It's not,
Right.
Well, yeah, but
Well,
it is what it is. It's a,
Well,
it's a
Wade-
Tree City, USA, remember?
Wade
So we
has
got
shaken
weeds.
it up. He has
Yes.
shaken it up because there's a new scheduling system for its annual leaf collection. So rather than collecting in order of the zip code districts, crews from the Toledo Division of Streets, Bridges, and Harbor will use the city's more compact street sweeping machines to actually schedule the work. So that's a big change there.
Yeah, well, I
Yes.
haven't gone down any streets in Old Orchard yet, so we can't wait to see what they
Yes.
all right, let's talk about Tarta. Tarta's cutting costs.
do. Well,
They- they
Tarta's
even-
got a $3 million deficit, and you know what? They need to get rid of all those buses that are sitting in the garage on Central Avenue that haven't been used in forever, and start buying smaller buses.
these giant buses, and there's one person on them.
Right.
Well, that's ridiculous,
I know,
though.
I know.
Well, it's I don't want them to lay off people, but I mean, get smart and buy smaller buses.
Well, there are a lot of issues, but one of the biggest issues, I think, in government in general, the reason why I think this country is disintegrating is because we do things now the way we did them 50 years ago because there's only a handful of people that want to change. Like even the computer, like we're at computers now.
Right.
Stop counting ballots by hand in Florida in Broward County, you dummies.
Wow, that's
it's
ridiculous.
Stuff. It's just stupid stuff. Like going to the DMV is still ridiculous. Like you can't even write a check or you. It's just the
Evidently, they didn't take yours.
Well, and then again, you've got modern technology. Because I just talked to a couple nurses' aides that all work at one building. They quit taking TARTA because it's actually cheaper for them to Uber. They're all going to the same place, and they just split the cost of from two. So it's actually cheaper, and it's on time. They don't have to wait around. They know when the car's going to come and pick them up.
But here's the thing: if the country were a business, were I don't know, just we're Amazon.
Right.
Could you imagine Amazon doing the exact same thing the way it did now, 50 years from now? I mean, it wouldn't
work.
It's ridiculous.
Well, not only that, you got a TARTA board that many of those people have been on the board, which I've said before.
30 years.
30
plus.
years, 20 years. Come on.
Yeah, you need to get some new blood in there.
Right.
Something needs to be
really.
done. But you know what? The other problem is too is the outlying communities aren't helping by voting to not use TARTA and voting in their own transportation system. You got to remember, if you say Toledo to somebody that's from not here, hey, where are you from? Toledo. The center of town has to be the marquee. You have to take care of that. No matter what suburb you live in.
You have to be able to get there.
And it's taking care of your neighbors. I mean, it's just like my uncle who lives in Perrysburg, who's handicapped. I don't think you can even get to Toledo because it's separate bus systems or whatever. They kicked TARTA out a while back. All right, and finally, in things you need to know, BGSU is hiring a new provost. It's an African American gentleman.
I love it. Okay.
Look at that's one of your peeps, Steve.
Solid.
Wait, in the era of Trump? How did that happen?
How'd that happen?
Trump has not heard about that yet.
Chocolat bleu.
Squash that.
Chocolat bleu, but good for BG.
Exactly.
I'm sure he's a very, very well qualified guy.
Oh, I'm sure so. But that is a big step for him. I think it's actually the first African American that they've had in the provost position.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think it's wonderful.
I do too.
Good luck to you,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Don't you have his name, Steve? Don't you go? Oh, I got it.
Dude.
All right, hold on. He's hired let's see. His name is Joe B. Whitehead Jr. He's a professor of physics at North Carolina Agriculture and a Technical State University, and he will be previously served as a provost in North Carolina. And there you go. Now he's coming to
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green.
And we're happy to have you.
Absolutely, my friend. All right,
that's cool.
Yeah, we'll take a break. We'll come back with Fun in the 419 next, right here on Love My 419.
Is there fun in the 419?
Fire cushion. Your promise. Your commitment. So magnificent, it will ignite her passion. Its unmatched beauty expresses the power of your love. The most perfectly cut, most gorgeous cushion diamond in all the world. Fire Cushion. Exclusively at Harold Jaffe.
Love My 419, brought to you in part by Amy's Cleaning Service, the Wonder Woman of cleaning. Feature your business now on Love My 419. Now back to Love My 419 on NBC 24.
Welcome back to Love My 419. I'm Andrew Z, Sandy Eisenberg, Steve Remy. It's time for the Fun in the 419 segment. Steve is our queen of fun.
Yes.
What do you have?
There's a ton of fun.
So
going
if we want to frolic in the 419.
Yes. Dress appropriately. Wear comfortable shoes and come frolic.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dress warmly.
Yes.
What do you got for us?
So we've got the 2018 Holiday Makers March. So this is down on Adams Street.
What is that?
Where they have everything, everybody in Toledo that makes homemade soaps and scarves and those types of things. You want to give a gift of Toledo.
Yeah.
That's where you go, and they have a huge sale of all these different crafts that are paying homage to the 419.
Where's it at?
Really cool. Right on Adams Street. It's right in the same block as Wesley's.
And finally, we're second annual Toledo Dance for the Kindness took place at the mall and we were actually out there. We had the Love My 419 cameras out there. Thanks to everyone that came on out. It was such a good time. And Toledo area families were there. It's basically against bullying. It's a big event against bullying.
Big flash mob.
And now that my daughter's 11 in the 6th grade, I mean, she's experienced some of that on both sides. We caught her on the other side with in the snap.
Not nice girl.
No, I'll tell you that story. But anyway, we don't have time right now.
You know what? A lot of times these kids get into situations and they get all upset with each other.
I know. So it's bullying. Here, check it out. We got some of the highlights on Fun in the 419. Check it out.
We're here for the Dance for Kindness, which is part of Life Vest Inside, which is an international nonprofit. They do the Dance for Kindness every year. They've been doing it for 7 years. We've been doing it for 2 years. And we're dancing to the same dance, same music at the same time as groups all around the world. Of course, there's some groups have done it already due to the time zone, but we're here just promoting kindness.
Dance for Kindness is a worldwide flash mob. This is the 7th annual event, and last year's event had 50 countries and 120 cities across the world participating. So we started this event at Franklin Park Mall, brought it to Toledo last year with Kelly and Bullfrogs Against Bullying.
And they are kids from elementary school all the way up to high school. They help us put the whole thing together.
And it really is just a fun afternoon at the mall. This morning we opened the mall up. We've had a couple extra practices this morning, building up to the dance that's going to be here happening in just a few minutes.
This is Horvath. I love my 419 in a galaxy far, far away.
Auto Finance wants to thank you. We are moving tons of vehicles and always restocking our inventory. Come see our cars, trucks, and SUVs, models as new as 2016 and miles as low as 20,000. Bring us your trade-in. Drag it, push it, pull it. We don't care how you get it here. We need your old vehicle, and you need a new one. For 20 years, we've been your buy here, pay here dealer, and we still are. Lenders are waiting to approve you. Bring us your trade-in. Bring us your valid license, latest pay stub, and down payment, and we will get you in a vehicle at Nationwide Auto Finance.
Welcome back to Love My 419. Time to wrap things up for the week. Steve, final thought?
Ooh, urban football gods. We got 2 weeks. Whatever urban you got to do, get it done, because we cannot lose to Michigan. That's all I'm saying.
Sandy, final thoughts?
Well, I think everybody should just be very thankful that we live in a wonderful country, regardless of who's running it. And I think we should be thankful for the things that we have and not for the things that we don't or wish we had.
And my final thought is, during this Thanksgiving holiday, we had a couple minutes ago on Mike Horvath on from Sleep in Heavenly
what
Peace,
a lovely,
which is where they make beds for kids, needy kids that don't have them. Here's what we didn't get a chance to talk to on the air. He's got 600 requests for beds from kids in this area.
Right.
So if you guys can help out with that, it was shpbeds.org, and they have a big event at Scott High School on December 1st. So there's so much to be thankful for, and thank you guys so much for. We're thankful for you guys, so thanks for watching.
And we're thankful that you're back.
Thank you. Yeah. Enjoy the holiday this week, and Thanksgiving, of course. We'll see you next Sunday. And for Steve Reamy, Sandy Eisenberg, I'm Andrew Z. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. The Today Show is coming up next, right here on NBC.